Hello, hello my lovelies, it's Miamao10 here and we're back with some Elder Scrolls Online. Today we start the Deadlands quest. Welcome J-Spot, thank you so much for the follow bud, I really appreciate that. Joker, whatever you're doing on the road, please be safe and thank you so much for coming in just to say hi and show some love, I appreciate that very much. Soul89, welcome, how are you today? I hope you're doing well. Let's see if I remember this one. Hopefully. And then we'll do a shout out here for Soul. I'm good. I'm feeling a lot better this week. I've had a couple of really great days. Banana Tom, hey bud, how you doing? Indeed. Lots of whoops today, lots of whoops. I need to try and remember what I've got in there for J-Spot. Is it just JS? Yes, it is just JS. Alright, fantastic. So at the moment, I'm in Grotwood, guys. Let me just move my chair. I hate moving these chairs on carpets. They're nasty as frick. So first what we're going to do is we're just going to run into why am I crouching? We're going to run into Elden Root real quick. See if we need to repair our armor or sell any tack before we head to Fargrave. This place is so beautiful. It's one of my favorite places in ESO. I absolutely love Grotwood and Elden Root. It's just beautiful. Beautiful. It reminds me a lot of Lord of the Rings for some reason. I always think of Lord of the Rings when I come in here. Alright, let's find us a merchant. I know the blacksmith is usually the easiest one here. Hello there, Sashawi.
This one is sometimes concerned.
This one's sometimes concerned. And not too much repairs. Ooh, we got some recipes to learn. We got a few glyphs that we can break down. Also a few bits and bobs we can deconstruct. So we'll do some of that. Wrong one. Let's see here. I am on PlayStation. Yes, I am. Indeedy do. Ooh, I might hold on to that one for now. But I'm gonna break those down. Thing is, I'm not sure now. The only reason I'm thinking I want to hang on to the vampire's cloak is because I have I'm working on a dedicated crafter. So I'm thinking I need to put that in the bank so my crafter can actually put that in the sticker book. In here, no. Construct. Again, don't really want to get rid of those. I'd probably just be better off sticking them in bank here real quick and then sorting that out later.
Once you ask us to store an item.
Yes. Yes. I can't store that, I always forget. Don't need to hold on to that. Ah, that's why. So I want to see if I'd stored any. Out. Nope, not my going costs. Alright. I think we're done here. Am I lost? Yes, I am. Why do you ask if I'm on PS4 Soul? Hello Moose and KJ, welcome guys. Thank you so much for coming by. I really appreciate it. We're going to be starting the Deadlands quest today. So that's where we're traveling to now. Well, we're traveling to Fargrave. Right over there. We're gonna pick up our quest here and then we're gonna run with it. Oh yes, I play Elder Scrolls Online, I play on PlayStation, yes. This place is freaking amazing. It is genuinely amazing, but yeah.
Incorrect. You're as bothersome as that damn Dremora. No matter. The votive rune is placed, and now you die.
You brought this on yourself, Dagonist.
She must have one
You,
hell of a
the glowing
slap.
hands. We have something in common. If you're not a cultist, we should talk.
The Anchorite.
Damn these waking flame cultists, bringing their Mayrune's daggone madness to Fargrave. Their votive runes infect mortals with dark magic. I came to meet someone about all this when I spotted that cultist and my hands began to glow. Just like yours.
What is this place?
This is Fargrave, a city in oblivion with permanent and open connections to other realms. The cultists place those votive runes faster than I can destroy them, putting every mortal who lives here at risk. That's why I agreed to meet with the Dremora.
The Dremora?
Lyrinth, the Dremora. She sent me a letter. Said the cult threatened Fargrave. Nern, too. She wanted my help, but I can't deal with that now. The votive runes are clearly the immediate danger. We should work together on this. I can pay.
So I am familiar with Lyrinth. I've dealt with Lyrinth before. Alright, I'll help you deal with the votive runes. What do you need me to do?
I need you to talk to my contacts. Madam Whim's establishment is here in the city. Initiate Teal'go meets me in the burn, out in the Deadlands. See what they know about the votive runes and the cult's plans. Then meet me in the Fargrave Crafting Plaza.
Tell me more about these contacts you want me to talk to.
Madam Whim is a dark seducer who has her thumb on the pulse of Fargrave. Nothing happens here that she isn't keenly aware of. She deals in favors and information for a price. And the more you seek her help, the more expensive her services become.
What about Initiate Tilgo?
Initiate Teal'go is a member of the Order of the Waking Flame. He was my friend before the cult recruited him. Turns out, Teal'go's had a change of heart. He's been providing me with inside information about where the cult plans to strike next.
And where can I find Madam Whim and Initiate Tilgo?
Madam Whim runs an establishment in Fargrave called the House of Whims. Just be careful. She enjoys getting her hooks in new arrivals. You'll find Initiate Teal'go in the Deadlands, an area known as the Burn. The Plaza of Portals will take you there.
The Plaza of Portals, the Deadlands.
The Plaza of Portals is one of Fargrave's most important locations. A series of permanent gateways to other realms in Oblivion. One of those realms is the Deadlands, the domain of Mehrunes Dagon.
I'm playing with my Sork again, KJ. I'm playing with my sorcerer, Lilith. The Anchorite, that's an unusual name.
Is it? I hadn't noticed. Look, we only just met. If you turn out to be trustworthy, I'll tell you the strange tale. If not, well, we'll deal with that if it becomes necessary.
Does your tale include an explanation about the mask you're wearing?
Perhaps. And maybe it's just a fashion statement. Now, go talk to Madam Whim and Initiate Teal'go while I make my rounds. I need to check on my charges around the city.
Your charges?
As a crossroads, it's natural for people from everywhere to wind up here. I check on the mortals of the city on a regular basis, help them as I can. That's why Whim calls me the Fool of Fargrave, because I care. And it's why I abhor the Dagonists.
Tell me more about these Dagonists.
The Order of the Waking Flame. They appeared a few weeks ago, proselytizing in the plazas. Then they started placing those votive runes. Some kind of prayer to Mehrunes Dagon. But it intensifies mortal emotions. The runes are bad. I'm certain of it.
What can you tell me about Lyrinth, the Dremora?
Not a lot. She's apparently a Dremora, and she's interested in the activities of the Dagon cult known as the Order of the Waking Flame. This is where we were supposed to meet, but all I saw was that cultist and the votive rune he was casting.
You said the votive runes affect mortals. Is that what made our hands glow?
No. The votives mess with mortal emotions, make everything more intense. Not sure why. Lyrinth said the magic in her letter would allow her to recognize me. I think that's what the glow was. If only I could get the Grasp to care about all this.
The Grasp?
The Grasp of the Stricture. They're an order of Daedra, mostly Dremora, who serve as arbiters and interpreters of the Stricture. A magical covenant that allows Fargrave to serve as neutral ground for all Daedra. They enforce the laws, to a point.
To a point?
Well, since mortals aren't bound to the Stricture, the Grasp pretty much ignores us, unless we interfere with the Stricture in some way. As long as the cult and its votive runes only threaten mortals, the Grasp simply doesn't care.
Okay.
Glow seems to have faded. For now.
So yes, I'm playing with this character again. Lilith Sade. So she is a Sork or sorcerer that I'm working on, Magicka sorcerer that I'm working on for a PvP character. And the reason I'm using her is because it's beneficial to me for experience. And I need to get her to level 50. We're only at level 32 now. Well, she has no eyes. Yeah, it does kind of look that way. Why is there an exclamation? Oh! Oh, daily rewards. The diadem. We finally get the diadem. Happy days are here again. Major adornments. Oh, I like that. I like that. Yeah, we'll put that on. Awesome. We're not doing anything in skills yet. We've got a couple of champion points we can assign. What am I working on here? Reduce the cost of roll dodge. Mystic tenacity. Which one is that? Ah, defiance. That's what we're working on. Deadly aim. Champions of Rain's Hand. Fantastic. Alright, champion points assigned. We will need to grab us a experience scroll. And eat a meal. Actually, I'll have a crown fortifying meal. Finally got the death loop to drop last night. Someone tweeted me. In fact, oh, that's freaking awesome, Tom. Very nice. Hello, Firestorm. You got a moment to break away from work there? So these are portals. That's a portal to Tamriel. Even though we have a way shrine right here. Okay. Cool. Let's go find Lady Whim. Hi. So look at these skeletons, guys. And look at the sky. It is so beautiful here. Creepy and beautiful at the same time. And the stores here are amazing. I've only been in very briefly. I just wanted to come and have a look. So I came in with my vampire character. But it's really quite something, this marketplace. Oh. The Bearers of Fargrave. Work? What's that? Firestorm, I picked up Ragnarok and an Outlander who has a 100% chance to get extra materials, can't remember her name. Oh, that's really cool.
Why won't you all just leave me alone?
Something terrible's about to happen. I just know it.
Right, so this is one of the votives. And this is clearly the effect it's having on the mortals. Are you a horsey person? Wee! Very nice. Please have carry capacity. That's a bookshelf. I want a bookshelf like that, like in real life. That would be awesome. A royal embarrassment. Wow, someone's getting slaughtered in the background. By Emilianus Falto, a concerned citizen. Can we be frank? Just one citizen to another. It's dismayingly obvious that what we have left for a royal family here in Bankarai is just not going to suffice. Nothing against the late King Emond, who was a reasonably strong voice from the throne, though it was a shame the way he planned to allow Moneybags Emmerich to get away with giving nominal rulership over the fallen wastes of Faharjad, who's never even been there so far as I know. However, now that it's so weird to say Emond and not Edmund. Now that Emond's gone, we're in deeper trouble. Princess Alara acts more like a flighty wood elf than an honest Breton maid. And Prince Adrian, well, you've heard about his gambling debts, haven't you? And that he's a little too fond of the old spiced wine. All true from what I've heard. In fact, that story about his half-orc bastard might even be true too, so far as I know. And as for Queen wow, that's a hell of a name. Arzella, to be charitable, let's just say she isn't playing bowls with a full set of pins. Sewing with her thimble on the wrong finger, fishing for mud crabs without a net. You know, waltzing barefoot on oyster shards with a duck egg, a nose flute and a 9-pound hammer. Got me. So where does that leave us? Dangerously bereft of strong leadership, that's where. And I'm not about to accept another bird-brained gift-wrapped import from Wayrest, I can tell you. Where then can we turn? Personally, I've got my eye looking east towards Cyrodiil. The Empire is a proven source of strong leaders when we Bretons are in the soup, going all the way back to Empress Hestra, and they worship the proper 8 divines. 2. None of your weird tall papas of Malakaths for me, thank you very much. The Empire, think about it, I'm pretty sure you'll agree. That's pretty cool, I like that letter. Sweet, what's your power level now? Need you to get to power level 15 ASAP so we can run Frost Knights. Good rewards. That was a really cool letter. What was that? Lessons on lucents. What are lucents? I guess I just learned, even though I don't realize it. Oh wow, what's this? That's kind of cool. Oh, listen to it, it makes a noise. If you can hear past all the other... That's really cool. I hope this is something we can scry for. Should be. Hi. Who are you?
Whoa! That glint in your eye tells me you vanquished many a foe. Is that why you're here? Finding it hard to carry around foodstuffs and all your rewards?
Let's see. Yeah, I can afford a backpack upgrade. Oh, here's where we want to be. Look at these mushrooms. They're so awesome. I love the marketplace in here.
Another poor mortal succumbed to the power of the Dagonic votives. How unfortunate. But what's this? A new face? And what does Madam Whim always say? New faces bring new opportunities. Let's talk.
So this is Madam Whim, and this is the House of Whims.
Has anyone ever told you that you have an incomparable mien? Most in this celestial palanquin we call Fargrave have the barest patina on their auras. But you, I know multiple buyers who would pay top price for a soul like yours. Shall we trade?
Not interested in trading souls. But what's the matter with that person sitting on the floor?
What? Poor Josette? She's one of my favorite regulars. At least she was, before the votives affected her. First, she became belligerent, then extremely melancholy. Now she's practically mindless. Tell me, darling, what brings you to Madam Whim's?
The anchorite sent me. She said you know everything that happens here.
She did she? All true, but I hate to brag. She's an unusual mortal, though, isn't she? Our darling of the alleys. And clever. She sent you so as not to increase her tab at the House of Whims. As a new customer, your first transaction is free.
Yeah, I have a feeling I definitely don't want to be owing you anything. Wife species, what time you streaming till so I know what time to leave work. Need to go shopping so we can Smoke that turkey in the morning. Another hour and a half or so, love. Alright, tell me what you know about the Waking Flame and their votive runes.
Ah, two topics on the lips of many a Fargravian. The Dagonists are mortal rabble with a fetish for destruction. The votive runes are prayers to their prince made manifest. Spells that seem to affect only mortals, like poor Josette here.
Any idea why the cult is placing votive runes throughout Fargrave?
An interesting question. Alas, I have no answer. But you're not the only newcomer to our fair city seeking such knowledge. My eyes about town tell me that Lyranth the Dromora has come to Fargrave. She's in the shambles, searching for Sister Seldina.
Sister Saldina?
You want more? I'm giving away an awful lot as part of your free sample, but I am feeling generous today. Sister Seldina leads the Dagonists here in Fargrave. She and Lyranth seem to have it out for one another, though I have yet to ascertain why.
What sort of business is the House of Whims?
As the name implies, I trade in eccentricities and capriciousness. I buy and sell as impulse dictates. My establishment carries indulgences from across Oblivion. And information, of course, along with food, drinks, and an amenity for every appetite.
That's got to be the most proper description of a house of ill repute I've ever heard. Sweet, then I'll leave work in 30 minutes. Sure, nobody will miss me. Is there anything you can do to help poor Josette?
Hmm? Oh, the mortal on the floor? No, I don't believe so. The spell is quite potent. I suspect the votive runes have a darker purpose than simply elevating emotions and turning mortals into mindless husks. Pity the grasp refuses to investigate.
Okay, we've heard of the grasp before, but we'll ask.
The grasp of the stricture. They enforce law and order in Fargrave. The stricture is a covenant that binds all Daedra and allows us to operate somewhat in concert. Since mortals aren't bound by the covenant, the grasp tends to pay them no mind.
So the grasp of the stricture are sort of the city guard?
An apt description, if somewhat inaccurate. They do enforce Fargrave's laws, but in ways that won't always be comprehensible to the limits of mortal understanding. Try not to commit any crimes in front of them, and they won't harass you. Probably.
Why is this place called the Celestial Palanquin?
You came here without knowing, darling. How refreshing. Like an otherworldly conveyance, Fargrave personifies the existential concepts of transit or passage. It did start out as a strange nomadic realm, after all. That's part of the city's allure.
What does that mean exactly?
It means if you want to travel the myriad corridors of Oblivion, there's no better launching point than fabulous Fargrave. In addition to our famous Plaza of Portals, the entire realm is littered with dimensional access ways. Plus, we have no prince.
Why is that important?
Without a prince to set the laws and manipulate Fargrave's reality, we're free to shape this city as we choose. The freedom that affords us is sublime. Plus, no prince means less chaos and violence in the streets, rogue cultists notwithstanding.
I couldn't help but notice the giant skeletons.
Aren't they beautiful? One of our best features. No one is quite sure who or what they were, but legend has it they once carried the city from plane to plane, hence the allusion to a palanquin. Is it true? Well, the skeletons are real enough.
True. And what kind of Daedra are you, Madam Whim?
A personal query? That will cost extra, my darling. I am a Mazken, what your kind commonly call a dark seducer. Unlike many of my brothers and sisters, I use my charms to beguile and entice for knowledge and profit. I have no interest in violence.
You said Lyranth might be in the shambles. What should I know about that?
A terrible place. I urge caution if you decide to venture there. It's a warren of alleys, tenements, and ruins, hidden behind thick walls. Many mortals live there in the most appalling conditions, but it can also be a good place to conduct business.
What kind of business?
Oh, innocent mortal. The kind of business best engaged in, where the grasp of the stricture doesn't reach. It's a perfect location to hide a Dagonist cult, seeking to cause chaos and mayhem. I'm surprised our darling of the alleys didn't mention that.
Why do you call the anchorite the darling of the alleys?
Darling of the alleys, fool of Fargrave, woman in the mask. Ever since the anchorite arrived in Fargrave, she's gone out of her way to help the mortals cast upon our shore. And she asks for nothing in return. Pity I know so little else about her.
Just laying down and listening, not a problem, KJ. I am playing this purely for the, well, not purely, but
Now,
for the lore.
what should we do with Josette?
Because I want to know the story behind the Deadlands. I'm just going to check the building to see if there's anything to collect. I don't want to steal, but I was kind of hoping for bookshelves. I must say I kind of like Madam Whim. Even though she's Daedra. Oh, hi! An ogre just sitting here, chomping down on some kind of fruit. Ah, here we go. See? Lore book. The Fool of Fargrave. Ah, there's a book about her? A song about the anchorite, commissioned by Madam Whim and written by the bard Terasi Mirrell. It was supposed to be humorous and belittle the anchorite, but the bard did her best to follow Whim's dictates while also honouring the darling of the Andes. Nobody really knows her, she doesn't even know herself. She's the hermit of the hovels, in this place of portals and planar trade. The mortals hold out empty palms and she fills them without thought. In a city built on commerce, she doesn't care about profit or loss. She is the woman in the mask, a puzzle without solution, living a life of seclusion. The Fool of Fargrave feels your pain. Nobody really knows her. She doesn't even know herself. She's the darling of the alleys, trapped behind a mask she can't remove. Wow. The mortals weep and moan. They're hungry, they're hurting. She does whatever she can to aid them, never asking for a favor or a coin. She's the woman in the mask, a puzzle without solution. Living a life of seclusion, the Fool of Fargrave lends a hand. Not a bad song. Alrighty, we're out of here for now. Moose, I see you got yourself one of the shirts. I'm really glad.
All of you, stay away from me! Stay away!
Oh, it's another votive, of course. We obviously don't know yet how to destroy the votives.
Disaster is coming! Fargrave is doomed! There's no point. No point
You
at
brought
all.
Constable Pascal to justice, didn't you? That poor man.
You talking to me? Yes, yes I did. More bookshelves? Wow. Oh, wow. Those are very cool samples of plants.
I'm curious about his doings.
Whoa, almost fell down there. It's weird, this area here For some reason, it makes me think about the Ripley's Believe It or Not museum. I don't see any bookshelves or anything here, so let's make our way to where we need to be. Let's see where we're going.
Why won't you all just leave me alone?
Something terrible's about to
Oh,
happen.
it's above.
I just know it.
Hold on. Hold on. Hopefully I'll find it sooner than later. How the heck do I get up there? Trying to find stairs going up. What the heck? Oh wow, lots of books here. And here's our dailies as well. Wait, what was that? The Way of the Bandari. Song of Polynesian. The Argonian Maid, an oral tradition. Dare I ask? So it seems all the races come together here. That's quite cool. How the heck? Oh, let's see. Yes, I did. Still here, just cooking tea. Not a problem. Climb or use your super jump. Don't have either. Don't have super jumps. Okay, so that's not the way up. Oh wow. There's gotta be a way to get up here. The stricture and the grasp. What the heck? This is like a maze.
Fargrave is doomed! There's no point. No point at all.
What do we got here? Another marketplace. So I must have gone up the wrong
All of
way.
you, stay away from me! Stay away!
Why won't you all just leave me alone?
Something terrible's about to happen. I just know it.
Oh, my freaking hat. This is crazy. How the hell do I get up there? Oh. Alright, let's go back to the way shrine because I feel like I'm getting way lost. Oh, Mia, the raw potato. I'm so glad it helped. I'm so glad it helped. Really, really, really glad. That's brilliant. That's awesome. Oh my word, it was that simple. It was that simple? Oh. Of course, Mia made it more complicated than it needed to be. I'm really, really glad, KJ. Really. So these are the Deadlands. Wow. Don't laugh at me, Saul. I'm a directionally challenged lady. Very directionally challenged. You can ask my husband. I'm terrible at stuff like that. Below. Okay, so I do need to keep going. Whoa, where'd I get myself trapped now? Well, hey. Hi there. Haha. Can only dodge me once. Above? Oh, God, I just went below. Because you told me to go below. Jade Rat. Wrong button, Brian.
You're not the person I was supposed to meet. What do you want?
Alright, chill, dude. Calm down. Put your knife down. Yes, she is. When I started making content, I always said how great I was at finding my way. Now I can't find my way through my freighter. I know what you mean. I was really good though before. I grew up traipsing all over the mountains behind my house. What's my main game to play? Oh, that's a very hard... I don't currently have like a main per se. If I had to say, I probably have more like 3 or 4 mains that I'm playing at the moment. Elder Scrolls is one of them, then No Man's Sky. Then I'm also doing Fortnite, Save the World, please, not Battle Royale, Save the World. And no, it's those 3. Those are the 3 mains that I play at the moment. And then I also do some Subnautica, I do some Ark, I do a lot of little games as well. I don't have a full focus main at the moment, because I really like my indie games as well.
Explain yourself, stranger. The Deadlands isn't a place for chance encounters.
The Anchorite sent me. What can you tell me about the Waking Flame and their votive runes?
The Anchorite promises to get me away from the cult in exchange for information. I hold up my end of the bargain, and what do I get? Another fool seeking knowledge from Portilco. This is the last time, you hear? Make sure the Anchorite knows that.
I'll tell her. Do you know what the cult plans to do with the votive runes?
They don't tell lowly initiates all the details of their master plan. But I hear things. Sister Seldina wants to take over Fargrave. Make it an offering to Mehrunes Dagon. The votive runes play a part in that, but I don't know exactly how.
Not seen Subnautica yet, if that's how it's spelled. That is how it's spelled. If you have not seen Subnautica, Soul, you're asking someone who is... Subnautica is on my top 3 list of best games I've ever played. I'm currently playing it on... It's called Hardcore. It's like a permadeath version of Subnautica. I'm doing that on the YouTube side. Or on my YouTube channel. It's definitely worth looking at if you're looking for something that isn't going to be a long-term play. I want to say if you play it at a even pace, it'll take you about a week, at the outside 2 weeks to finish. It's got a fantastic story. It's a sandbox survival. Absolutely fantastic game. Beautiful, beautiful game. Tell me about Sister Seldina.
Sister Seldina leads the Fargrave cell. She has a grand vision for the Waking Flame. It starts with Fargrave, but it doesn't end there. She wants control of the portals. With them, she can hand Lord Dagon all of Oblivion. Even Nirn would be in reach.
Does the name Lawrence mean anything to you?
The Dremora? She's practically all the Order's old guard talk about these days. Seems she's been causing a lot of trouble for Sister Seldina, interfering with her plans. Something's about to happen. Tell the Anchorite. Fargrave's in danger.
Any idea where I can find Sister Seldina?
The Order has camps throughout Fargrave and the Deadlands. Sister Seldina could be anywhere. But tell the Anchorite to check the shambles. Look for an abandoned building, someplace hot. I heard one of the Devastators complaining about the heat.
Someplace hot. That's not a lot to go on.
If we were talking about the Deadlands, no. But the shambles is a different story. That section of Fargrave can't have too many places hot enough to make a Devastator uncomfortable. The Anchorite will figure it out.
Why are you willing to help the Anchorite?
What? You assume every Dagonist is a true believer willing to do whatever their superiors tell them? I joined up because they promised me a better life. A way to escape the shambles. But they lied.
They always do.
The Anchorite agreed to help me. For a price.
A price?
If Sister Seldina knew I was talking to you or the Anchorite, my life wouldn't be worth a scab on an Ogrim's elbow. I want out! Look. Tell the Anchorite. She can find me at the Bearer's Rest in Fargrave when she's really ready to help an old friend.
Okay.
Tell the Anchorite I'll be at the Bearer's Rest. She owes me, and I expect her to honor our agreement.
Alrighty then. Oh, hi. Well, we should be able to... Well, we'll go via the... We'll go back to the portal. Well, hi there. Burning Gyre Keep discovered. Ow. What the heck was that? Something just spat at me. Wow, look at that door. We'll have a look. Definitely worth it. There are two games, the original Subnautica and then the newer one, which is Subnautica Below Zero. Both really great games. Explodies. Oh, we've got another way shrine here. Might as well grab that on the way. I must admit, it's very hard to say, for me to say I've got one main game. There's just too many games I enjoy playing. Let me see if I can get a cup of coffee for myself.
Disaster is coming! Fargrave is doomed! There's
Yeah,
no
we've
point.
heard.
No point at all.
The bazaar. I like that. This whole place is a freaking bazaar. It's bizarre and it's a bazaar. Oh, wow. Now you can hear this thing really nicely. I really like this piece. I want that. A supplicant song. The stricture and the grass. We've already seen that one. Itchy nose. What do you sell?
Something catch your eye?
Guild
oh,
store.
Dagon's blood. I was definitely
Ah, guild stores. The green singing. Okay. The onus of Ogma. Trying to find where this doorway is. Epics of Mehrunes Dagon, Volume 2. A lot of bookshelves here. Enigma of the Runestones. They went to a lot of trouble with this place. They really did. Look at the skeleton here. Excuse me. Excuse me, guys.
Over here, friend.
Lord Dagon will visit disaster upon this ash heap. Mark my words.
These new Dagonists are barely worth the effort. I followed them into the plaza and destroyed the votive rune before they even noticed I was there. And the Grasp decided to get involved, finally. Hey, did you learn anything from my contacts?
Madam Whim said Laurent is searching the shambles for the cult's local leader, Sister Saldina.
Madam Whim didn't charge you, I hope. She usually lets you sample her wares for free the first time. After that, it gets...
Thank you.
Expensive. The shambles is a big place, but now we know more than we did when we started. Did you also make contact with Teal'go?
He said Saldina's using the votives to conquer Fargrave and to look for an unusually hot building.
Hot? In the shambles? Must be the old baths. The furnaces beneath the bathhouse have been burning forever. But what was that about the votive runes? How does Sister Saldina plan to use them to conquer Fargrave?
The votives are prayers to Dagon. The magic only affects mortals, but neither of them knew anymore.
Damn it! No one is going to conquer Fargrave if I have any say in the matter. I suppose we need to investigate the old bathhouse. If we find Sister Saldina, maybe we'll find Lyranth too. Let's meet in the shambles. We can discuss our options there.
Alright, I'll meet you in the shambles.
Once we enter the shambles, we can work our way together to the old bathhouse.
Tell me more about the shambles.
The shambles can be a dangerous place, but it's also where the majority of Fargrave's mortals live. Warrens and dark alleys fill the area. There are 3 main paths through the shambles. We can take any of them to reach the bathhouse.
What do you know about the old bathhouse?
Just that it's mostly abandoned. Hasn't been used by anyone but squatters and vagrants for years. It's isolated at the northern end of the shambles, easy to secure and unbearably hot. The perfect location for the Dagonist leaders to plot and scheme.
I still want to know your name and why you're wearing a mask.
And I said I'd tell you, once I was sure I could trust you. Let's find out what's waiting for us at the bathhouse. Try to make contact with Lyranth for Dremora. After that, we'll see.
Move, mortal flea! You will see. Lord Dagon will devour you and your city.
Be silent. Your prince has no power here.
Interesting. Reach the boss house. Alright, so this is the shambles, right?
The shambles. Not a place for a casual stroll. Let's go check out the old bathhouse.
Let's see. Whoa, that's quite a ways to go. The time of the Ebonheart Pact.
Choose a direction. East through Skane Row, through the Western Warrens, or directly north through the Central Plazas. The Vanquished consider the Central Plazas to be their territory. We need to be careful here.
Clan Fear. Oh my god, I hate Clan Fear. Ah! Get off me. Try and get that way shrine. Who are you shooting at?
That's the bathhouse. That door should take us into the bathhouse, if we can open it. Locked, and with magic. Damn. If the main door is sealed, let's see if we can get in through the courtyard.
Something I'm gonna do real quick here before we continue.
That door leads to the courtyard and isn't warded. Can you pick the lock?
Right, so we're gonna talk to you again.
I never met a building with only a single entrance and exit. Let's look around the courtyard. There's got to be another way to get into the bathhouse.
Why do you think there's another way to get into the bathhouse?
Because it's a big building, and big buildings always have multiple exits and entrances. Besides, we didn't come all this way to be defeated by a magical seal on a bathhouse door. Let's search the courtyard and find another way to get inside. opening in the rocks. Maybe we can reach the caves below and get into the bathhouse from there.
Undercroft.
We should be able to find a way inside through the Undercroft. It runs beneath the bathhouse. Another ward. I think we can get past this one, though. I have an idea.
I'll talk to you in a second. I'm just looking around real quick. Why are you following me? You could have just waited there by the door.
Unlike the door outside, this area contains everything we need to disrupt the magic sustaining the ward and dispel it. I've seen the Daedra use these crystals to do all sorts of things.
Crystals? What are you talking about?
I spotted a lucent among the debris in this hall. It's a Daedric crystal that can absorb and store the background energy that pulses through all the realms of oblivion. We'll need that to get started.
Find a lucent. Got it. Then what?
Then take the lucent to the dynamis font over there. That background energy I mentioned, the font absorbs it. Place the lucent on the font and it will fill it with the charged energy.
Charge the lucent on the font. Then what?
Finally, insert the charged lucent into the discharge labrum beside the door. That will release the energy from the crystal and disrupt the ward. That's the idea, anyway. I've seen the Daedra do all sorts of things using lucents, fonts, and labrums.
Alright, I'll find a lucent and follow your instruction.
Remember, find a lucent, charge it in the dynamis font, then place the charged crystal in the labrum beside the door. Once you understand how lucents function, you can use them to accomplish all sorts of things throughout the realms of oblivion.
Alrighty. You gotta loot it. Yeah, you gotta loot. Can you tell me more about the lucent? Sure.
As I understand it, lucents form naturally in the void and occasionally rain down on the various realms. Some say they're actually crystallized bits of oblivion. Who knows? I've seen Daedra gather them, charge them, and make use of their energy.
Make use of their energy? How exactly?
Well, as long as you have lucents, a dynamis font, and a discharge labrum, you can use the energy to open gates, ignite furnaces, operate torture devices, all sorts of things. We're going to use it to overcharge the ward on that door and dispel it.
Alright, I think we know enough about this now. So we gotta find crystals.
That's definitely a lucent. Now take the lucent to the dynamis font.
Dynamis font. Oh, this fire thingy.
Place
Gotcha.
the lucent in the dynamis font and it should fill it with energy. That did it. Look how the crystal crackles with energy. Now place it on the labrum. Insert the charged crystal into the labrum and it worked! And now you know how to use a charged lucent. Let's see what's behind that door.
Simple enough. Search the barrel, pretty sake. I assume that's the boilers right there. Gotta get your greens.
Our hands. They're glowing again.
I see my spell.
Oh, hey,
brought the help
Lawrence.
I requested, but I didn't expect there to be more than one of you.
Well, of course there are more than one. Expect the unexpected, Lawrence.
Who knew that a simple spell would take so long to yield results? Or that my request for mortal help would deposit multiple options at my feet? But the brand is unmistakable. That glow certainly contains my arcane indicators. Who are you, mortals?
I'm Lilith Said, and this is the Anchorite. She thought you wanted to meet at Fargrain Southgate.
The Anchorite? An unusual appellation, even for a mortal. As for my absence, I heard a cultist mention that Sister Saldina had arrived at their headquarters in the Shambles. I could not let the opportunity to catch up with her slip away.
Why are you so intent on finding Sister Saldina?
My reasons are my own, little mortal. Suffice it to say that Sister Saldina commands an Order of the Waking Flame sect intent on seizing control of Fargrave. I want to determine how they plan to accomplish that.
We believe it has something to do with the votive runes the cult has been placing around Fargrave.
Interesting. I noticed the Daganic prayers and the effects they were having on mortals, but I still don't know their ultimate purpose. What I do know is that Sister Saldina plans to conquer Fargrave and use its many portals as a gateway to Nirn.
Why did you summon us, Liren?
Even a Dromore of my talents cannot hope to stand alone against the Daganists and an army of living disasters. I seek to learn Sister Saldina's secrets. You want to protect the mortal realm from total destruction. Together, we can accomplish both.
What can you tell us about Sister Saldina?
She's smart and ruthless. A powerful combination in a mortal. She commands the Dagonists here in Fargrave and oversaw the creation of the Cataclysm. With that device, she plans to create an army of living disasters to unleash upon Nirn.
Living disasters?
Daedra empowered to unleash destruction upon the mortal realm and make it easier for Mehrunes Dagon to conquer Nirn. Did you know he's tried before? Dagon broke an agreement, and the doors between the Deadlands and Nirn were sealed. He can't use them.
What agreement did Mehrunes Dagon break?
Sotha Seal, one of the so-called living gods of the Dark Elves, supposedly made a pact with various Daedric princes to protect Nirn. I don't know the details, but Dagon broke the pact. Sotha Seal slammed the doors and closed off Dagon's connections.
So Sister Saldina wants to conquer Fargrave, so Dagon can use its portals.
Everything about Sotha Seal's pact is rumor and speculation, so that is what I hope to determine. And I want to examine the Cataclysm. The attack on Fargrave could begin at any moment. Shall we enter the next area and see what Saldina is up to?
Okay.
Oh, it vanished again.
The spell has run its course. The glow will not return. Now, to deal with this ward. Come.
Just a wave of her
activity
hand.
in the chamber beyond.
I don't really trust Lawrence, but I have done things with her before.
The Dremora again. Well, you're too late. The ritual is almost complete. Dagon's blessing reverberates among the votive runes. Soon a wave of destruction. Stop! The ritual
What's
must
happening to
destroy
us?
the Daedra.
Mortal,
My plan
destroy
depends
the
upon
votive
it.
runes.
Your efforts are futile, fool. Lord Dagon himself taught me this ritual. All that work, ruined. You will pay for that, Dremora. You and your companions both.
Sister Seldina got away, and we're right back where we started. Nowhere.
Nowhere? How quickly mortals succumb to despair. Let's talk in the next room.
Yeah, right after I've looked for loot. Ha! Can I get up there? No. No ladders or anything. Tea cooked bee fast asleep. Aww. You put a blankie on her.
Take a moment to look around. Sister Seldina departed in haste. Certainly she left something behind.
She left some carrots for me. Very thoughtful.
I did not think Sister Seldina capable of performing such a powerful ritual. You did well, mortal. A few more moments and the magic would have exploded across Fargrave, leaving the city defenseless and destroying all of the Daedra, including me.
I stopped the ritual, but Sister Seldina escaped.
Yes, but she fled in haste. That means she probably left something behind. Let's search this bathhouse. Bring me whatever you find. Sister Seldina's abandoned paraphernalia may be of use to me, and it may tell you more about the threat to Nirn.
Do you know what that ritual was all about? How it was going to help the cult conquer Fargrave?
From what I could devise, the votives elevated the emotions of mortals in the city, siphoning the energy generated into Sister Seldina's ritual. She planned to use that energy to destroy the Daedra, including the Grasp, leaving the city defenseless.
Shouldn't we go after Sister Seldina?
That would accomplish nothing. The Dagonists are experts when it comes to disappearing into the shadows. Sister Seldina will pay for her various insults soon enough. For now, see what she left behind when she fled.
Alright, I'll see what I can find in the bathhouse. Search the bathhouse. Oh, I mustn't leave there? Okay. Nice and snug and cozy in bed, you say? Man. They left a lot of fresh fruit and veggies around.
What did you find, little mortal?
An encoded note, apparently.
what you found, and I shall determine if it has any significance to my quest, or to yours.
Sorry, Moose, I looked up. And it's taking a while to come through, apparently. What? What's going on? Why didn't it pop? That's weird. Oh, you have no monies. Why is it resetting stuff every time? That is really getting on my nerves. But see if you have enough now, bud. Why is it resetting the paddles? I don't understand. It's really weird. No, paddles. Paddles. What? Oh, hold on. There you go, Moose. But opportunity missed. Paddle at slobs, yeah. But I did give you some of mine now. Alright, I found this note. I can't make sense of it.
Nor can I. And while your literacy may be in question, mine certainly is not. This is no language, mortal or Daedric. It is written in code, one used by the Dagonists for their more guarded correspondence.
Can you decipher it?
No, and neither could any lowly recruit we captured off the streets and tortured for information. This code is reserved for the Order's elite. We'll need to find someone who can decipher it. I'm sure Fargrave must have someone with those skills.
What should we do now?
We should leave. The cult's forces may have scattered, but no doubt Sister Saldina will send a force to try to deal with us. We should not be here when they arrive. Perhaps the Anchorite can suggest a place for us to meet up, safe from prying eyes.
Are you coming with us?
What I seek still eludes my grasp, so our business is not yet concluded. You ought to be grateful. I can be a powerful ally, when the mood strikes me. I will meet you back in Fargrave. I'm sure the Anchorite knows someone who can decipher the code.
Let's meet at the inn in Fargrave. Bearer's Rest. We can talk privately there.
Okie dokie. Woo! I will save it. Where the hell is this archer? Because this archer is gonna kill me. Whew! That was way too close. Tom also broke. What the frick? Oh, you put a space in before the redeem part, that's why. Alrighty, we're back in Fargrave. Hello, you say.
So you really came all this way to stop the waking flame from destroying Fargrave?
Something like that.
Alrighty, just a second, guys. Tom, do you want to try that redeemable again? I just want to make sure that you got the paddles that I sent out.
I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't that. Finding the leader of the cult, watching as she almost completed a deadly ritual, and then allowing her to escape. I never fail like that. And all we have for our trouble is a coded message.
Could you, Graham, try and do one of the redeemables for me? Any one of them, it's fine. Do you know anyone who can decipher the code?
Maybe? This is Fargrave, after all. The city connects to everywhere. Madam Whim must know someone here who can help us with that. In the meantime, we made a deal, and I always honor my commitments. Here, you earned this, my friend.
Band of the Anchorite.
Little mortal, attend me.
Attend me.
We have unfinished business, mortal. The encoded message you
Thank
recovered
you.
from the bathhouse.
Redeem
That
a
may be the key
joke.
to determining the Waking Flame's next move and revealing the secrets I'm searching for. We must find someone who can decipher it.
Let's see. I heard any good jokes of late. Oof, I've been so busy in the last couple of days I don't even think I went in there to check. Let me see. What did the drummer call his twin daughters? What do you think he called his twin daughters? Cat, hello! Sorry, I haven't been around much. Work has been super busy. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. Glad to see you. So, what do you guys think the drummer called his daughters? Anna 1, Anna 2. How did Darth Vader know what Luke Skywalker got him for Christmas? He felt his presence. You're gonna get more than you asked for here because I've just seen a couple of good ones. Did you hear about the chameleon who couldn't change color? He had erectile dysfunction. I like that one. He had a reptile dysfunction. Raising a cup of tea and cheers. I'm gonna remember that one. I really do. I know a couple of people that would love to hear that one. Let's see. I wanted to go on a diet, but I feel like I have way too much on my plate now. Oh my lordy. Last one. To whoever who stole my copy of Microsoft Office, I will find you. You have my word. My god, what did I start? I know, right? I tell dad jokes, but I'm not a dad. I'm a faux pas. Favorite one of the day? Reptile dysfunction. Like that one a lot. The anchorite suggested asking Madam Whim for a recommendation.
The masked mortal has the right idea. Fargrave sits on the threshold to everywhere. If there exists a being who can decipher this code, we will find them here. I'd prefer it if we could find someone other than Madam Whim to deal with, however.
I can ask around, but the anchorite seems to have a history with Whim. Do you know her?
I have heard of the infamous Mazkin who calls herself Madam Whim. I find her practice of turning gossip into profit to be loathsome. But even a filthy Daedrat has its uses, I suppose. Take the note to her and pay whatever it costs for a translation.
I'll take the encoded note to Madam Whim.
Go to Madam Whim's establishment, the House of Whims. Show her the encoded note and tell her we need it deciphered. I will meet you there. To make sure we have her undivided attention, and that she understands this is more than a mortal's request.
You seem reluctant to deal with Madam Whim. Why?
We know of each other. Perhaps our paths have crossed over the millennia, perhaps not. Whim has changed her name and appearance multiple times, or so I've heard. I have no doubt she will do so again, when Fargrave no longer amuses her.
You mentioned an army of living disasters when we were at the bathhouse. What did you mean?
Sister Seldina possesses the knowledge to create a device called a cataclysm. With it, she can transform any Daedra into a powerful incarnate, a living disaster. She even tried to use the machine on me. These incarnates must be part of her plan.
What do you mean?
We learned that Sister Seldina tried to use the votive runes to steal power from the mortals. Power she hoped would destroy the Daedra and allow her to conquer Fargrave. We stopped that plot, but this realm's many portals are too enticing to ignore.
You think the Waking Flame will try again?
They are persistent, if nothing else, these Daegonists. If they truly want to unleash their incarnates on Nirn, using Fargrave's portals makes the most sense. The hope, slender though it may be, is that the encoded note will tell us more.
I'll meet you at the House of Whims. I can help with the negotiations.
Okay. Invocation of her scene.
I have bait.
Hey, we can do some repairs, sell some tat. My favorite of all time, 2 Gex walk under a bar. Yep. It is a good one. Oh, Tom, you're funny, bud.
You brought Constable Pascal to justice, didn't you? That poor man.
Why, Lyrinth, my dear, it would be an honor to assist you in any way I can.
An honor, yes. Mortals, show Whim the note.
Oh, darling, how good of you to once again grace my fine establishment. And I see that my information proved useful. You found Lyrinth. Another customer, satisfied and content.
I don't know about that.
Now, what can Madam Whim do for you this time?
We think this note is written in code. It belonged to Sister Seldina.
While I have many, many talents, deciphering written codes concocted by fanatical mortals is not among them. Are you sure I can't interest you in something a little more luscious? No? Pity. Very well. I may know someone who can help you.
Who are they and where can I find them? And how much will it cost me?
You wound me. I thought we were becoming friends. Talk to Gazmod the Collector. His villa on the west side of town contains quite the accumulation of Daegonic paraphernalia. Something in his collection should help, provided you can catch his eye.
Gazmod the Collector. Villa on the west side of town? Got it. And what did that information cost me?
You owe absolutely nothing, my darling. Lyrinth agreed to cover your cost for this bit of inside information. Isn't she a dear? Now, do tell Gazmod that we miss them here at the House of Whims. The place hasn't been the same without them.
I'm still not sure what currency you deal in, Madam Whim.
Oh, don't concern yourself with that, dearest one. I never ask for more than a client can afford. There's no profit in that. When you have time, come back and let Madam Whim show you some of the wares that have made her the talk of Oblivion.
Go downstairs and rouse the anchorite. We'll want her with us when we talk to this collector. Meanwhile, I need to conclude our business here.
Conclude our business? How I love the sound of that. It makes me all a twitter.
I'm not here to play games, Whim.
But games are some of my favorite activities, dear Lyrinth. Come, let me show you what the House of Whims has to offer.
Curious and curiouser.
Was Madam Whim helpful? Grab a drink and tell me all about it.
Be back in a few. Well, I'm going to be ending off very soon, Kat. Unfortunately, we've got to go do some last minute shopping for Thanksgiving. So I'm going to be ending off here in about 5 minutes.
I know I said I was going to help with the negotiations, but look, I don't want to talk about it.
What's going on?
Some things are private, personal. You can't just walk up and demand I tell you my deepest, darkest secrets. Sorry. I agreed to talk about my name, my mask, everything. After you proved yourself, and you've certainly done that.
This is about your mask?
When we first met, you asked about my name. Madam Whim gave it to me. I just arrived in Fargrave, and everything before that exact moment was gone. All I had was this mask. I didn't know who I was or where I came from. Still don't.
What does it mean, the anchorite?
Just one of Madam Whim's little jokes. Means I'm a recluse, a hermit, living a life of seclusion behind a mask I can't remove. Sometimes it feels like memories are stirring deep inside my mind. When that happens, I need a distraction.
Why do you need a distraction?
Because it feels like there's a war raging inside my skull. A war I can't win. Better to drink or whatever. Push them back down to stop the pain behind my eyes. That's my story. At least as much as I know. Now, tell me what Madam Whim said.
She said Gazmod the Collector might have something to help decipher the encoded note.
I've heard of the Collector. Has a villa on the west side of the city. Never met them personally, but I assume they're some sort of Daedra. Makes sense considering their influence and where they live. I'll meet you there.
Alright, I'll meet you at the Collector's Villa.
I'll finish this and meet you at the Collector's Villa. It's on the west side, in a neighborhood that's strictly Daedric. So be careful, and watch your step until I get there.
You arrived in Fargrave without knowing who you were or where you came from. Why did you stay?
Where else was I to go? I assumed I awoke in Fargrave for a reason. I stayed to find that reason. And to see if whoever left me here would one day return. Regardless, the city and its people quickly captured my heart. Especially the mortals.
Is that why you became the darling of the alleys?
Another label assigned by Madam Whim. Stay in her orbit long enough and you'll collect a dozen appellations. I can't stand to see anyone go hungry or be taken advantage of. I try to help and don't ask anything in return. Whim sees that as a weakness.
And you really can't remember anything before you arrived in Fargrave?
Bits and pieces, but when the memories stir, the pain kicks in. If I try to focus on them, actually make sense of them, the mask burns. It hurts me, like it doesn't want me to remember. Someday, I'll look into those blank spaces, but not today.
Interesting.
Time to go, little mortals.
To the Collector's Villa, as soon as I finish my drink.
I have a feeling that she might be...
I want to hear more about the Anchorite's missing memories.
I have a feeling the Anchorite might be a very, very important person in the Elder Scrolls in Tamriel. Actually, that's going to be my guess. That's how I feel this is going to play out. She's going to end up being someone very important that's gone missing or something, or is being held against her will and doesn't even realize it. That's what I think. But that's where we're going to leave the story for today, guys. We'll be back next Wednesday to continue with the Deadlands. It's definitely getting pretty interesting and curious. Someone is trying to stop her from knowing things. Yes. So that also means that Madam Whim, there may be more to Madam Whim than meets the eye, and she might actually be involved in what's happening in Fargrave and in the Deadlands, with the Waking Flame. So that'll be interesting. Very interesting to find out. But I do think I'm going to enjoy this one quite a bit. I hope to see you guys back next Wednesday to continue the story with me. Until then, I will be back tonight at 8 PM CDT. I'm going to re-attempt Among Trees tonight on YouTube. If it's not successful and we still continue to have problems with the game, then I'm going to just switch over to one of my other games, whether it be Subnautica Hardcore or maybe something completely different. You bet, KJ. Thank you so much for coming by, everyone. I really appreciate each and every one of you. And you all know the drill. Have fun, whatever you're doing. Be safe wherever you are. And I'll see you guys just a little later on. Take care, guys. Bye.